What's up, Able Asia? We are Kjwan, and we are here to talk to you about our brand new single, MSK. When we began the writing process, we had a general idea of the body of work, meaning the album that we were making, thanks to Luis. MSK was written on the spot as we were already recording. So I think that's what makes it the most unique of all the songs in this body of work that we are now creating and recording. It's the only one that we created together. Everything just flowed very easily, and there, from the riffs to the beat to the melodies, Kelley came up with that hook, with that pre-chorus hook, and that's why looking at it now, it feels a lot deeper than what it was, but basically that's what it was. It was a magic moment, and we just grabbed it. Nasa studio kami nun sa Love One Another. Mr. Joey Santos, what's up? So rehearsal / recording. And then classic, as always, si Luis nagigitara. Iyo started playing the drums. Kelley picked up the bass. Then I pick up the mic. Everybody starts singing their own hooks. And then from there, hawaan na. And then next thing we knew, nabuo yung kanta. Within an hour. Of course, iba yung lyrics, pero nabuo siya. Again, magic. It was magic. Infectious.
I guess the conscious effort to bring to the group was to make them see a big picture of a body of work na. Not only one song, but songs that would relate to one another. And going back to our method, we are acknowledgers of the beauty of technology, but we are analog craftsmen, so alam namin yung value rin na nasa isang room, yung grupo, kasi energy rin. I mean, we play off of energy, and definitely MSK is one of the nagpapahiwatig na talagang totoo yung batuhan ng energy. Kasi we wrote that song under 10-15 minutes. We were able to crystallize the flow. Now, you wouldn't be able to get us compared to if you're on screens, diba? So we really had that conscious effort. I mean, I'm really thankful sa guys na they were on board with that kasi they were able to see firsthand with MSK na, okay, this is a really good route for us to revisit and, write the whole body with. So it's very exciting.
I didn't forget. Dude, he just started humming. So again, there was the verse, which was an existing melody, the chorus. I think Luis started humming, voicing, but it was him. It was Kelley started going.
Pakiramdaman niya yung
Say it again.
vibe,
Sing it again.
I do remember that part.
There you go.
But gustuhan ko about yung process ng song na to. I remember even Luis was saying, okay, let's start first guitar vocals lang. We start with that, diba? Then we come in at a certain point and we started talking about what can we do, all those different nuances that you hear in the song and how it was constructed. To the point that when we started recording it, we were like, okay, let's bring in some violence. Let's bring in some, a lot of sound design happened from the initial jam. And to hear and I guess see it how it turned out, grabe rin yung kwento ng MSK as a track itself. So yeah.
I remember just when we recorded it, I had it in my head when I was listening to it over and over again. I just couldn't shake off that feeling na parang bagay kung may strings to. So tara, invite tayo ng violinist. Yun. And then I asked Chino David, and he was game to do it, and he did a brilliant job. He was so amazing in the studio, and it just changed the whole, what do you say, the vibe of the song, would you say? Yeah.
The energy, the whole
energy.
Galing
was
ni
just
Chino.
really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
And just to add, we could have gone, programmed with the strings, but actually getting someone to play it live and hearing what they brought to the song, iba rin talaga.
Sobrang.
It was
different.
It was magic. You knew that it was a human being playing that instrument because he was playing notes that were that just hit all of us. We were just like, oh. And it was real, and little did we know he's an arranger pala.
Yeah.
Philharmonic rin pala siya, so...
I remember
Di
at
ko
one.
alam.
I remember at one point, si Sir Angie Rosul, one of our producers, he was jumping. He was jumping.
Never does that.
When he heard Chino just laying the tracks, he was jumping up and down and punching Marc and all that
Luis.
stuff. And Luis.
Punching us all. Never
My
did
gosh,
that, ever. 20 years? Is if you don't do your homework, go home. All of a sudden, you have this guy, Jolly, Green Giant, jumping up and down out of pure joy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Sir Angie,
Oh,
Saya.
shout out.
shut up. I think you chase as a musician, especially if it worked, what you did in the past worked. Like in our case, again, Luis is boundless. Always been. It's a wonderful privilege to have to keep up with him because it forces us out of our comfort zones to expand our capabilities as musicians. Instead of just thinking of yourself as a rock musician, all of a sudden Luis comes and I have to be a musician. I have to learn. And I remember even when he first came in, like one of the songs that we're eventually going to release, the verse was so simple to sing, and then the chorus was just chords. And he sang it a certain way, and in my head, I was singing it the same way. But he was pointing out, no, you're not, until he showed me on guitar, and it was one note that I could not understand for the life of me, because it shifted, from a minor to a major. And I couldn't understand it. It wasn't within me. In the 20 years, 25 years of being a musician, it took him and that experience. So that's what you're doing. You know our strengths, but you're pushing us. And now that we've been together for 2 years, where we're going, it's exciting. Because it feels like we're all growing instead of staying stuck and doing the same stuff. And that's what Luis brings. But seriously, it was like one note. I couldn't understand it. And I had to practice it. I had to go to a vocal coach. Why can't I sing it? Oh, because this is the... But anyways. The verses existed in the past with this old demo that I made. But as we were writing the song, that was the first thing that popped into my head. Of course, I changed the melody. And then Kelley comes up with a hook, gising, and I remember that word. It kept on coming up as we were, okay, I have the verses now, but in his hook, Kelley keeps on saying gising. Okay, it has something to do with that. Okay, we'll make the phonetics when we get home. And then the chorus, there again. So Luis sings it, but when I tried to do it on my own naman, of course, everything has to go through the band. Pure democracy, like, I'll show it to them. Okay, this is what I came up with. To fill in the void, Luis made it a point for us to write everything in Tagalog, which is an endeavor all on its own because personally it makes things more important. I personally feel like I can't just spit out what I would normally spit out in English because I respect Tagalog, because I don't speak it as much as I wish I did. So sewing it together and working with one of my mother's students, Chris Valles. He's a wonderful poet. So how I sewed it was, okay, we need to wake up. It has to be a song. It can't just be about, being angry. There has to be a solution. There has to be resolution. And the resolution is hope. So it's a song about awareness. It became a song about awareness. The world is burning. So know it, that there are bad things going on, there are good things going on, but to appreciate it, you must open your eyes and know that you are one with the world, the beauty and the not so pretty parts. So it's, as Luis would always say, it's a balance. Whenever we'd have conversations about life or whatever problems, balance. And it makes things brighter when you have that solution. And again, in MSK, it's awareness and hope. At the end of the day, that the world will be a better place. We're very proud of this song. Extremely proud of this song. Even in the body, because we worked on the first half of the album. It was part of that first half, and there was something about it. We knew that people knew us as the heavy band, you know, the band where the guy spits and but this song felt like it felt like a bridge, because like EO said in the other interview, we have love songs. We don't just have rock songs. We have all kinds of songs. We have acid jazz songs. We have vibe songs, which are just steady. So how are you going to shift the audience again from one vibe to another? Also keeping in mind what Luis said, that it is a body of work. It is an album. Therefore, you have to take them on a trip the way we used to trip before when we had our CDs and cassette tapes or vinyl. So we knew that MSK had the potential to be the wonderful bridge that will veer us away from, oh, they're just a heavy band, they can do more. So I think it represents that, where we are now as a band, as musicians, as artists, and we are very proud of the song. There, as musicians, to the music fans out there, since we find also most of our answers to music, through art, through film, we invite you to check out our song. Just give it a listen. I mean, if you like it, if you don't, that's cool. You don't have to finish the song. But we invite you to please listen to our brand new single, MSK.
Kailan ka ba gigising sa katotohanan?